Hello, Oprank speaking. Welcome to the first post. I'm going to be introducing DELTARUNE Hypothesis, its development, current state, and even some plans for the future. Now, there may be some parts referencing moments in game, so if you haven't already, go play the demo now. So, what is this hunk of junk? In short, it's just a heap of hypothetical ideas for scenarios in Deltarune that have been turned into actual playable content. However, DELTARUNE Hypothesis actually started development as something much smaller. In the beginning, God said, "Let there be Papyrus Deltarune." The entire basis of DELTARUNE Hypothesis began in Overworlds and Ogres, which was the first hypothetical to begin development. Overworlds and Ogres was originally its own game at first, just a small little fun fan game for all to enjoy. As development continued, however, more ideas for other hypotheticals started popping up, leading to the initial idea of creating multiple separate smaller fan games for each hypothetical. However, if all of these were separate fan games instead of one centralized game, problems would arise. Let's say there was a major issue that needed to be fixed ASAP, and this issue wasn't found until many hypotheticals were released. It would require each hypothetical to be recompiled and for you to re-download the hypothetical just to fix the issue. Since development would most likely consist of simultaneous internal engine changes, improvements and/or additions on top of developing hypotheticals, older hypotheticals may suffer as they wouldn't have these changes unless manually updated. By changes to the engine, I mean like optimizations, development tools, and/or just fixes in general. Finally, imagine having to download each individual hypothetical independently if you wanted to play them all. Now, also imagine how much space each individual game would take up, considering they could share many assets like player sprites or sound effects. Thankfully, the decision was made to group all of these hypotheticals into one mega game. Now, all of the above issues would no longer exist and we all live happily forever after. Okay, well, yes, you have to re-download the game if there is a patch or an update of some sort. La 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 la, I can't hear you. Around the same time planning and early development began for DELTARUNE Hypothesis, I got shown a YouTube community post that would knock down the first domino in a massive chain, ultimately ending up with you reading this right now. Have you applied for Underevent 2024 yet? What are you waiting for? The submissions to join this year's show will close in 2 weeks. Make sure to apply in time. By this point, Overworlds and Ogres was semi-finished, before a massive rewrite and remake would take its place just a few months later. And the second hypothetical, End of the Deltarune, not even being complete, and ending with a fourth wall break of me apologising for it being unfinished. Quick note, End of the Deltarune was renamed to A Prophecy Foretold. Hey, you played that one. So yeah, this game was not ready. Still, those 2 weeks were spent tirelessly trying to get the game in a presentable state to submit, alongside plans for a trailer and actual marketing. And somehow, despite Overworlds and Ogres not even including any of the D&D sections, despite End of the Deltarune not even being finished, despite the original trailer concept having the game be presented like it's a Shark Tank product, it got accepted. Being a wholesome humble king for a moment, if you've seen any of my previous projects, then you'd be very well aware that I struggle finishing much. I could blame it all on lack of motivation or I get bored easily and whatnot. But in all honesty, I've struggled finishing projects because I've not had many people to show them to. Having DELTARUNE Hypothesis be accepted into Underevent and shown to everyone was the flame that drove its development so far. I can't wait to continue development and create new hypotheticals for everyone to play and question if I'm sane or not. So thank you everyone on the Underevent team. We're so honoured to have been given this opportunity to be a part of it. Although I did lose thousands in the secret Underevent casino. Alright, getting back on track, let's dabble in the future of DELTARUNE Hypothesis. Right now, the game is a demo with however many hypotheticals we've managed to squeeze in. But the plan going forward is to continue releasing hypotheticals, most likely in packs or singular if it's particularly big. There is an internal target amount of hypotheticals that I'd like to reach. Don't worry though. If we do reach it, it wouldn't mark the end of development. It would also be the time where the game is open sourced, so you can point at laugh at all the Toby Core spaghetti code. I'd also like to note that there are more hypotheticals in development currently, and they may release at some point in the near future. If they do, then development would slow down until Deltarune Chapters 3 and 4 release, just so we can get our grubby mitts on all the juicy lore. And make sure the Ralsei getting crushed by a boulder hypothetical is 100% accurate. Alright, that's all for now. I can hear you yawning. I'll end it off here just so I don't go on another tangent about how X hypothetical is in development or whatnot. If you are interested in that, however, join the official Discord. Thank you so much for reading or listening, and we hope to see you in the next devlog.